Hey guys, Rufeo Bangarang here, and today's video is going to be a little bit different than normal. I'm not going off in any script or anything, so it might be a little long, but hopefully not. I'm going to try to make it quick. Today's video, we're going to be doing the Paladin basic rotation, where essentially you're going to see exactly what I do to do the most damage as I possibly can. Now, this rotation is I've had success with it. I've parsed pretty well on fflogs.com, even if I'm in Shield Oath and I'm main tanking. But this is essentially the rotation that you should be following to do as much damage as possible. Now, I'm not going to go into any of the cross-class skills or any of the cooldowns like Hollow Ground or Sentinel. This is not going to be an advanced guide. This is just going to be the base rotation for those of you that are interested, or maybe you just want to kind of see what it's like. So first, you're going to open with a fast blade, which is going to go into a riot blade. And then you're going to use fight or flight right before goring blade. Now, I have these macroed to where it'll use fight or flight as soon as it's on cooldown right before I use a goring blade. And the reason for this is you want to increase the 25% potency, not only of the base attack of goring blade, but then the damage over time as well. From there, you're going to go into our royal combo, and you're actually going to do this 3 times. Now, that's only in a perfect world. Now you may say, well, what do you mean a perfect world? Well, in reality, you should be able to get 3 royals in before fight or flight's up, and actually you should have about 2 seconds left of fight or flight. But as we all know, in trials, raids, etc., sometimes you're dealing with mechanics, sometimes you gotta run away from the boss and whatnot, so you might not always get to fit in the 3rd one before it ends, and you definitely want to have at least a couple seconds with fight or flight because of the next ability we're going to use. So basically, for the purpose of this video, we're going to stay on the safe side and just say you want to run 2, but in reality, you should be able to get 3 in. As you learn the fights and whatever fight it is that you're on, you'll know if and when you're going to be able to fit that 3rd one in. But just to be safe, if you're not sure, stick with 2, and then you're going to open up with Rescarat. Now, the reason why we want to get Rescarat in right before fight or flight ends is because it does a potency of 350, and that's going to bump that up to 25%, which is huge. Right after that, we're going to do 5 Holy Spirits. Now, the first 2 Holy Spirits should get the buff of Rescarat because it should be above 80% with your first 2, which means your first 2 Holy Spirits are going to be 20% stronger. And so that's generally the case. A lot of people probably are curious, well, what if we don't have fight or flight, we're full of mana, and Rescarat is off a cooldown? In that case, I say go ahead and use it. I think that waiting for fight or flight just for that 1 extra 25% for Rescarat is not worth it. It's just that if fight or flight's up, this is the rotation that you'll use. But for the most part, you want to continue to follow this rotation. The only difference is you might be able to fit in your 3 for sure before going into Rescarat. And using the Riot Blades over and over and over is going to fill up your mana very, very quickly. So essentially, you want to use Rescarat on cooldown. And that's it. This is the base rotation for Paladin right now in Stormblood. Again, there's no stat weights out there right now, so we're waiting to hear kind of the official stat weights on what could be best, and maybe the rotation could change, but I think that this is pretty much going to be the rotation for the expansion. And of course, you're going to throw in some Spirits Within and a Shield Lob to open the fight, or Circle of Scorn on cooldown and whatnot. But for the base rotation, this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see a more advanced Paladin guide with going over the cross-class skills and what situations I would use those in compared to other abilities or just the Paladin abilities in general, just let me know if you guys want to see that. But for now, this is the base rotation for Paladin. It's been working really well for me. I've been parsing very, very well, like I said, on FFF logs. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Rufeo out. Bangarang.